Whether it be Vegito, a Cell and Frieza fusion, or even a Broly and Goku fusion, we have probably all imagined what our favorite Dragon Ball Z characters will look like if they merged using the Potara earrings.
Sadly, Vegito was so strong that he was not able to maintain the Potara fusion for long.
Or the Metamoran fusion dance. Luckily, our dreams actually came true when the Nintendo 3DS game Dragon Ball Fusions was released during 2016. This game allowed for crazy combinations and the ability to fuse over 4 characters together. However, the Dragon Ball Fusions game actually brought forth one of the coolest looking fusions of all time, that being Ultra Pinich. So the question is, how strong is this deviant ROC? What feats has he accomplished, and does he actually hold the potential to be one of the most powerful fusions within the Dragon Ball franchise? Well, let's go and get into it. So Dragon Ball Fusions might not be as popular or as widespread as Dragon Ball Heroes or Dragon Ball Xenoverse, but it is definitely a really crazy and unique concept to the Dragon Ball franchise. This game actually has a lot in common with Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and Dragon Ball Heroes alike. Basically, you can choose how your character looks, what their race is, what their abilities are. You can also equip whatever skills you want. And basically, like the other games, you can also go with your allies across several timelines to fight really powerful villains. However, within this game, there's actually this ability called the Ultra Fusion. This actually allows more than 4 characters, up to 5, to actually fuse into one crazy looking, powerful character. And the good thing about this technique is that you do not need to actually perform some dance perfectly, and you also don't need to put on an earring. It also doesn't matter who is more powerful or weaker in the fusion. I mean, you can have someone as weak as Kid Goku fuse with adult Goku, or even someone as feeble and as weak as fodder as Broly fuse with someone as powerful as Cell. I mean, you could have a lot of crazy fusions, right? And logically speaking, it should actually offer a much higher multiplier because you are fusing 5 characters together. But unfortunately, it actually does share the same detrimental time limit that Potara and Metamoran Fusion both have. Now, in the game, Pinich is actually the Saiyan rival and friend to the protagonist, or your avatar, the character of the game, and he's actually really comparable in power to him. And if you have played any of these games, you might know that the Avatar and Dragon Ball Heroes, Xenoverse, and Fusions are all really damn powerful. Although there are several differences between Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 or Dragon Ball Heroes and Dragon Ball Fusions, it has actually been heavily implied that they are all connected in one way or another. I mean, there are many abilities, characters, and storylines that are shared across all these 3 games. And if that is the case, that actually means that the Dragon Ball Fusions avatar has an access to a plethora of crazy abilities and hacks alike. So for example, we actually have the fusion between Gohan and Trunks being Gohanks, who not only appeared in Dragon Ball Heroes, but Dragon Ball Fusions as well. There's also the fact that Toa and Mira, who actually, first made an appearance in Dragon Ball Online, made their way into Dragon Ball Heroes, then Dragon Ball Xenoverse, and then Dragon Ball Fusions. Now, across all 3 games, the avatar has actually been able to counter mind manipulation, power nullification, matter manipulation, and even soul manipulation. But if we are to take Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 into account here, then it actually gets a lot crazier. So in this game, the avatar actually has access to an ability that can actually counter his opponent's awoken skill, or in other words, he can actually make it so they cannot transform whatsoever. It could even be argued that the avatar actually has really high tier regeneration and immortality because in Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Zamasu was erased by Zeno across many timelines, and guess what? The mofo actually came back. And some people think that it is not the same Zamasu, even though he says that time has come once again to enact my Zero Immortals plan. So he's talking in past tense, and he's also really well aware that Zeno erased him. And whenever he's asked about Zeno, he's like, oh, forget about him, I really can't do anything against him anyways. And the avatar in this game can actually equip Zamasu Super Soul, so he would also logically have that level of regeneration / immortality. And also, to take it a step further, the avatar can also negate body change and power nullification within Dragon Ball Fusions. So yeah, the avatar in all of these games is really powerful, with the one from Xenoverse being arguably the most powerful one. Now, since Pinich is somewhat comparable in power to the avatar, it is only logical that he should actually be able to counter some of these abilities and hacks. And this is because in Dragon Ball, the more raw power you have or the higher key output you have, then it is a lot harder for your opponent's abilities to actually affect you. A good example of this would actually be when, Goku powered up against Hit with his Kaioken and Super Saiyan Blue, which made Hit's time skip really ineffective. Or you can also look into the Tournament of Power when, Hit tried to use his time cage on Jiren, but it proved to be ineffective once he powered up. And in good old Dragon Ball Z, we saw that Chaozu's paralysis was actually proven to be ineffective against Nappa once he became more powerful. So the main reason that we need to actually scale off Pinich from the avatar is because they are shown throughout the whole game to actually be comparable in power. And we also need to do this because Pinich doesn't really show that much until he actually performs the Ultra Fusion at the end of the game. So the game's story mode develops when Pinich and the Avatar wanted to face off against really powerful opponents to test out their strengths. And in order to do this, they actually use the Dragon Balls, and it actually merges a lot of different timelines together. And in turn, they have to face off against Cell, Frieza, Majin Buu, Janemba, Broly, and so on. And in one of the final missions, you actually face off against Cell and Frieza. And at one point, Cell and Frieza actually begin to lose against Goku and Vegeta, and they're like, hey, you know what, maybe we should do Ultra Fusion. Come on, Pinich, go ahead and join us, dude, it'll be perfectly fine. And since Pinich is like really naive, he actually trusted Cell and Frieza, and in turn, they performed Ultra Fusion and became Ultra Pinich. Now, even though he's a culmination of 5 characters, it seems that Cell and Frieza are actually the dominant minds or the dominant personalities in the fusion. And the crazy part about this fusion is that it actually has no time limit, but it does have a really crucial weakness, which I will mention later on. So obviously, Ultra Pinich has access to all of Cell's and Frieza's abilities alongside Pinich's. This means that he can use the Gallic Gun, the Final Flash, the Kamehameha, and even the Spirit Bomb because Cell did actually state in the manga that he could actually use it. Ultra Pinich can also make his own quote-unquote Cell Juniors and summon a bunch of clones of Frieza and Cells to fight alongside him. So you can go ahead and make fun of this guy all you want for looking like some Cold Steel the Hedgehog level of OC in the Dragon Ball universe, but he is actually really damn formidable because as soon as he appeared, he casually one-shotted and killed Super Saiyan Blue Goku like no difficulty. Fortunately though, Whis and Beerus actually caught on and they actually went back in time, so they saved Goku and the others. And then Pinich actually broke through time and space. And unfortunately, the heroes were actually unable to get to him unless they performed some friendship fairy tale type of bullshit, and all that jazz. In attempts to break through the barrier, the Avatar actually had to perform Ultra Fusion and also gather energy using the Super Spirit Bomb and actually get energy from Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and even Whis and Beerus. So arguably you could argue that the Spirit Bomb used in this situation was more powerful than the one used against Jiren because you are gathering energy from Beerus and Whis. So arguably this mission is actually the most difficult or the most challenging in the whole game. And throughout most of the battle, it actually seemed that Ultra Pinich was actually, having the upper hand until this really stupid weakness came out of nowhere. So even though Ultra Pinich was really damn powerful and had no time limit, as soon as he took damage, then basically the whole control of Frieza and Cell was beginning to dwindle. And actually, Pinich was able to control more of the fusion, which in turn disbalanced the fusion and actually emotionally affected him and made it a lot easier for the hero to actually start, whooping on his ass. And hell, even with his drawback, he was still holding his own and he was like, hell no, I am not going to lose this. So he actually unleashed a power ball and turned into a golden great ape. And there's actually a really interesting comment here because Ultra Pinich actually says that he was saving that to face off against Beerus. And if you guys watch my Super Saiyan 4 or my Super Saiyan 5 multiplier video, you might already know that Golden Uzaru could actually offer 4,000 to maybe even a 40,000 times boost to base form. So even though Ultra Pinich proved to be a really formidable foe, as soon as he was taking more and more damage, Cell and Frieza were not able to control it as much, and that is how they lost in the end, which was a complete ass pull. So in the end, the fusion was, forced to be separated, and the Avatar alongside Pinich actually performed fusion and faced off against Celza. However, this fusion between Cell and Frieza was short-lived because they were defeated and bukake'd out of existence. So now the question is, how powerful is Ultra Pinich really? So at bare minimum, he should be more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue level fighters like Hit, Goku Black, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, and Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I mean, he literally one-shotted Goku with really no difficulty. But would he be more powerful than Beerus or, Jiren in this case? Probably not. And this is because he was defeated by characters weaker than Beerus, but I mean, you could argue it was really because of the whole weakness thing of Cell and Frieza losing control of the fusion. Or it could also be possible that Ultra Pinich was actually overestimating himself or underestimating Beerus, or maybe both. And a good thing to mention is that this game, or this mission, was released way before the Tournament of Power, and Goku and Vegeta do seem to be in their Fukkatsu no F or Universe 6 attire. So even though this Goku and Vegeta are a lot weaker than the one we saw in the TOP, just for being able to perform the same feat that Ultra Pinich did casually, the Ultra Fusion between the Avatar and the other characters had to gather energy from Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Whis, and Beerus as well. And keep in mind guys that Jiren, before even facing the Spirit Bomb, was actually shocking Beerus. He was like, wow, this is coming from just one guy. And I mean, Beerus felt the power of infinite Zamasu and he didn't even give a shit. The Supreme Kai was even like, this guy is just powerful, plain and simple. He's more powerful than anyone we've ever faced before, meaning that he would be more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue Vegito and also infinite Zamasu. So I mean, Whis and Beerus are way more powerful than Android 17 or Frieza or these other characters that helped, form the Spirit Bomb against Jiren. So if you want to go with that stipulation that, they're gathering energy from more powerful fighters, then it is really possible that Ultra Pinich would be more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue Vegito from the Goku Black arc. And I mean guys, keep in mind that they had to gather that much energy just for being able to replicate the same feat that Pinich did casually before even transforming or even going at full power. However, it could be more likely that Ultra Pinich is actually a lot weaker than Beerus because I mean he was defeated by much weaker opponents, but then again he did have that weakness and complete ass pull that he was apparently losing control of the fusion and in turn was becoming weaker over time. But to give Ultra Pinich like the benefit of the doubt or basically like a lot more credit, we can say that he's at least more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue Vegito from the Goku Black arc. Then go ahead and stack Golden Uzaru and he could also be more powerful than Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. And although it is possible that he might not be that powerful, he does still have the potential of being one of the most overpowered fusions of all time, and here's why. So there is that potential for Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan God to be used by Cell. Then we have Frieza's true golden form, which virtually has little to no stamina drain. And then Kaioken because Cell does know all of Goku's techniques. And even if we don't have Super Saiyan Blue or Super Saiyan God in the mix, we can still have the true golden form being paired with the Kaioken. Then add in the fact that the fusion seemingly has no time limit, and also to remove Pinich's influence so Cell and Frieza have full control of the fusion, and then you have a really damn dangerous package. Then if we go with the implication that Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 and Dragon Ball Fusions are connected, then if Ultra Pinich is more powerful than Super Saiyan Blue level fighters, then he would also be more powerful than Final Form Demigra and also Super Mira from Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. So basically this guy could very well give Xeno Goku a challenge, and you guys already know how powerful that guy is. However, how powerful do you guys believe this guy could actually be? I mean, I already gave arguments as to where he could be at bare minimum and also where he could be if we give him a lot of credit. And even if he is not the most powerful fusion, he definitely does have a lot of potential of being the most powerful one. I mean, we have Golden Form, Golden Uzaru, Kaioken, Super Saiyan Blue possibly, and then we have the no time limit, and you have a really damn crazy package. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you thotties next time. Peace out.